happening in these Asian medicines is related to, like, what's happening outside is going to affect us as well. So this seasonal alignment is one of the key things. And as we are experiencing right now in the winter season, there is snow outside. I was so happy that it was snowing in the past few days, and it was an opportunity to stay inside also. But you may have noticed this time of the year is the most yin time of the year as we look at it from the Qigong perspective. And yin is like the substance, and then like heavy, and it's like water, and then it's like receptive, like turning in. And you may have felt like if you had the opportunity to take like time outside to walk, like the snow is like a blanket, right? Like covering, just filling, and then just like a sense of almost like all the sounds that you may be hearing are more perceptible, let's say, when you take a walk outside. And if you compare this with the summertime, everything is just like handy dandy and nice and open, big, spacious, right? Such a different energy. And in Qigong practice, we're trying to incorporate that. Whatever happening in like summertime is very different in terms of the movements that we are going to be doing versus what we are going to be doing today. And one last thing is going to be about this kidney and bladder energies. The emotional aspect for this time of the year is, as we are looking in, like doing this inner work, looking into the emotion of fear, which we all have tons of different fears. Some of are like phobias, or some of them are really just like fear of death or fear of speaking in front of other people, many kind of variety. And a lot of times these are like go underneath our consciousness. They are the ones who run our life with this fight and flight, which we always talk about. So the invitation is to gently, carefully look into the emotion of fear, and then find a way to see them, be with them, almost like acknowledge them, accept them, and then almost transform our relationship with them gently, so that they're not running the show, but we are aware that there is fear inside us, while we are much more than the fear itself. So that's going to be the practice as we do the movement part, and then move into a meditation, guided meditation, when we do the fear-related exploration, let's say. We're going to be starting seated, and as I was showing earlier, I have this kind of a pillow underneath. I'm using this right under my sit bones, and I'm sitting a little bit at the front edge of the chair. This would help me to hold my pelvis in a kind of a neutral position, so I'm not like sagging, or like to have the spine basically an upright position. Just a little bit of a lift for the sit bone area using a small cushion like that is, I always do that actually at home also, when I'm sitting on the table or when I'm doing something else. So just keep that in mind. And as we begin this almost completely like kidney system support, nourishing practice, the pathway of the kidney starts from the base of the foot, goes all the way down, comes all the way here, and its partner organ is bladder, starts just like in between the eyes, goes behind all the way and comes to the pinky toes. So we're going to be working with both like front and back and some rotations and things like that to basically start kind of the energy, the qi as we call it in Qigong, to move a little bit more ease and kind of better, let's say. So just bring your shoulders to the ears to squeeze, tighten, release. And do that a few more times as we start to move the body. And you can do this with inhale. And exhale. Inhale, hold the breath in for a few seconds and drop. 2 more. And then last one. Hold this time here, but turn your head side to side. We're trying to open a little bit like the kidney area, back line and the sides. And then release. Bring the hands on the sides. And this time we're going to be doing some kidney massage also going forward. And the points that we are targeting are like the nipple line, same line, and just like the sides on the sides of the body. You can do a little bit of like a maybe fist hand massage here. And then start to move. Now bring your thumbs closer to the spine, not on the vertebra itself, but just next to the spine as you are massaging this area. Go as far up as you can and then move down, like pushing the thumb down as you are massaging this area where your kidneys are. You can do like up and down or with the thumb press down. And the fingers are on the side right now. And after you kind of cover the kidney all the way, now take the fingers in, thumb kind of outward. So I changed the position. It was like that. Now change the position of the hands. Now move downward all the way to the tailbone. And then now with just like simple fingertips around like the buttocks, even like the midpoint of the buttocks. Go all the way down as you try to maintain this upright position and breathing deep and nice. And now release. Just shake your hands for a moment. And now take the hands out to the sides and then up. And find your neck now. And again, we're going to be doing the same thing more or less this time with the fingers. You're almost like scooping from the vertebra area and then outward. So you're just doing self-massage in Qigong, and especially something we call like medical Qigong or health Qigong or wellness Qigong. Self-massage is a key thing. So you're just doing a massage like that. Both hands covering the neck on either side. Now keep one hand there. Bring the other one, again, wherever it comes, but keep it on the side of the spine. And with the fingers, you are massaging. So we're trying to cover entire like sides of the spine with a little bit of massage. That's where the bladder meridian goes. And then change the hands, open them out, and then change again. Now the other hand comes around the neck and this area, neck and shoulder kind of combination. And then the back through the spinal column. The side, you're not touching the vertebra, just next to the vertebra, you're trying to kind of do something with your fingers. And then move it down. And then open the arms one more time. And now we're going to be focusing on the occipital area, like base of the scalp. And with your hands, with the fingertips, you are pushing the fingers through the hairline. 10 dragons moving through the forest. And then do that one more time. With your fingers, almost you're using the nails, let's say, to move, to release any kind of stress, tension around the occipital area. And now this time we're just gonna take a moment here as the fingers are going through the hairline slowly. Now press your fingers there and slowly start to gaze up as you are pressing your fingers. So gazing up towards the sky and maybe move your head a little bit side to side. This body massage, the self-massage that we are doing is something that you can do actually like any day And on the days, especially like you don't want to move, but you feel like, oh, you kind of have to do something for the body. So you're just going to be doing this massage, pressing the fingertips to the scalp, to the occipital area. There are a few very good acupuncture points. So we're kind of doing an acupressure here now. And then slowly release. And just take a moment to feel how your neck feels right now. Mine feels great, like expanding. I can feel like things are flowing right now. And then now with your fingers, this time at the top of the hair, just tapping, tapping, tapping. And we are moving through a line, almost like eyebrows, beginning of eyebrows, and then top of it. Not exactly the midline, so a little bit on the sides. This is the bladder meridian pathway, so we're kind of working with the bladder. And then come to the beginning of eyebrows, if you like, maybe with one finger or both fingers, let's say on either side. And then come to the area between the eyes. This is the beginning of the bladder meridian. And then slowly just make a simple, nice circle. And then find your ears. Kidneys govern hearing, and ears are kind of related to kidney support when we do this kind of a massage for the ear. And this is almost like random, let's say squeeze and release, squeeze and release. You can also pull your ears out to the side a little bit and maybe take some time in different parts of the ear. We think in Chinese medicine, there is like an inverted baby in the ear in terms of the mirroring, let's say. And then massaging your ear regularly can be a good thing, actually. It may feel like a whole body massage. So just take a few moments, feel the energy activation happening in your ears. And then pull the earlobes down. This helps with the memory. And squeeze, release, squeeze, release. And then as you are doing this, just maybe move your jaw a little bit side to side. Do something like weird looking face moves. And then slowly bring your hands on the sides of your neck and then just guide them down, guide the energy downward. Your ears might be feeling really warm right now. And then bring them down. Now find another point, just like under the collarbones this time, this corner of these bones, and tap into here with maybe a couple of fingers. This is the end of the kidney meridian. And then have your hands, fingers going all the way down, like to the pubic bone area, and then down through the inner legs. We're tapping through the kidney pathway. Go all the way and then walk up. Come all the way to the kidneys. Tap, 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 tap. And shake your hands and release. Allow your eyes to close. And feel. Notice how the upper body feels. We didn't do any move yet. This was just like the massage. Notice how it kind of activated. You may feel the energy. You may feel like a tingling, kind of subtle movement, maybe a lot of heat in your ears. And as we slowly move into lower body, let's just do something for the spine so that in case if the bones are kind of not exactly feeling, because kidneys govern the bones as well, with just simple cat-cow movements like arching the spine front and back. Gazing up and then down like that, moving from almost like the pelvis as you are simply moving with the arching, undulating the spine, front and back. Do this gently, please, and anything in Qigong can be done with 70% effort, so don't judge yourself. If you are not in the mood to move that much today, it's all okay. And just to add this a little bit of like rotation, when we move the same way, bring your elbows in front of the body like this, and then open them out to the side. When you can coordinate with inhale and exhale, doesn't matter. This one could be exhale and then inhale. And then to add a little bit of a rotation now, like twisting, exhale here in the center, but open your arms out to the side. And then back to the center again, exhale. Inhale, open as you're twisting the spine out to the side. These rotations are really great for the spine. Out to the side again. And then to the other side. And then this is going to be the last one. And then release, exhaling and finding again long spine. As we slowly move, checking in how the upper body feels, just noticing everything that we do, or when you do these kind of movements, take a moment to feel what has changed. This would slowly almost like build your faith, if I may call it, into your practice, because you can feel the change. Oh my God, I changed it. That sense brings me back to the practice. So just keep doing it. Keep paying attention to how the movement, what the changes are happening with the movement. So for the next one, this is going to be for upper body, lower body, and we're going to be focusing on stretching the bladder meridian, which we haven't done so far. So one leg is going to be fully straight here. And when we do this, toes are lifted. And then slowly we're going to kind of add a little bit of like arm movements into this one. So starting both knees bent, and then inhale, take your arms up to the sky. And when you exhale, straighten one leg and then lean forward. Don't round your spine. Just lean forward and reach forward almost like with your chin. And when you do this, you're going to feel kind of a nice stretch happening behind the legs. And then release. Same thing for the other side. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, slowly straightening the leg. Toes flexed, coming towards the knees. You are reaching forward as you feel maybe a big stretch for some of you if you have tight hamstrings at the back. Let's do this one more time. Bend the knee again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Next time when we do this, we're going to slowly just change it a little bit. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. And just take a moment here to feel the stretch happening. Maybe feeling, oh my God, it's so tight. Let go of these judgments. Maybe just start to soften your leg here. And then start to massage the back of your kneecap. Just like go behind with both hands. And with your fingers, you are just massaging this area. There are some, again, good acupuncture points. And when you press this area, you may feel even like the sciatica nerve, which gives like a jolting sensation. So when you press here, you may feel it like in your low back area, if you have especially sciatica. And then go down to the calf muscles, basically, like give them a nice kneading action kind of movement massage. This area is actually good for supporting your heart as well, because it helps with the movement of the blood towards the heart. And then come now closer to the ankles. You can do this like kneeling or bent forward, and then massage around the ankles. And then focus on the inner part of your ankle. You may see, maybe you can have it like this. You may see a lot of veins. As we age, our kind of kidney energy gets weaker. And then there could be a lot of veins here. Don't panic, it's kind of normal. Sometimes more for other people, but it may indicate some kind of deficiency, we call it weakness, basically in some organ functions. And then now find a point, this is the first point of kidney, right under your foot, like midpoint under the balls of these bones of the toes. And massage that area. And while you are doing this, really open your toes wide. And you can even almost like do a little bit of a circle. And shake that leg. And just compare before we do the other side. Is there any difference between this leg that we worked versus this one? Does this one feel more almost like alive? Things are kind of flowing, right? And then go to the same thing for the other one, again, with the massage of the back of the kneecap. And then down to the calf. And then all the way down to the ankle, both sides of the ankle, maybe some rotation. And then finding the kidney one, give it a nice gentle kind of squeeze. Massaging this point is good actually for before going to the bed as well. So you're activating this deep sense of kind of calm and resignation, I would say, in a way, like deep relaxation before sleep. You can just massage this kidney one point. Again, just open the toes big, wide. Maybe circle a little bit. And then release. And then just take a moment now to feel your whole body. And just notice how things are feeling. Notice if the sense of awareness of different parts of your body has increased. Can you feel like your whole body as almost like an envelope, or like almost like the borders of, let's say, your physical body? So feel your whole body and have, maybe say something nice or have a sense of like, oh, I am aware of my whole body. This precious body of mine. And then moving on from here, we will now slowly stand up. Take your chair to the side. You won't need the pillow anymore. For the moment, you may need it later. And then as we start now moving, find a stance where you will have about like shoulder width apart. And then start to just, we use this a lot in Qigong. Your feet are parallel to each other, at least about like shoulder width apart. And you're just moving the upper body. Knocking on the door of life. Door of life is a point actually, like this midpoint. We call it like gate of life, door of life, Mingmen in Chinese. It's a point that's supposed to be between the kidneys. It's an area actually, not exactly one point. But it's where our like essence is stored. This is Chinese medicine approach. You guys don't need to believe in that. But knocking on this area on a daily basis can be a good thing to keep things vibrating, kind of alive in the body. And we will slowly, just same thing, but change, add your heel lifts. This is gonna almost like now open both upper body and then lower body. Keep knocking on the midpoint. Side to side like that. This time upper body and lower body kind of coordinating together. Now we're just changing again, widening your stance as we are still doing kind of same thing. So open your feet wider to the best of your ability. It doesn't have to be very long, but just do the same thing, just a few more. Your feet are not moving, but you're just doing this, upper body. And then we're just changing even that one. Stay here without really moving the upper body, let's say, but just change it now. Open your arms out to the side. They're not like fully straight, but just have a sense of good awareness of your arms. And then move with your legs. We're now moving into the kidney, which the pathway covers inner legs. Moving side to side. If you're opening your legs so much it does not feel good for you, maybe just move it like that. And you can even come and do something like that if this is accessible, if balance is okay. Because we're aiming to stretch the inner legs. Otherwise, your feet are stable and you are moving from one side to another. And to the best of your ability, when you bend your knee like that, feel as if you are shifting your weight also this side. You're not exactly shifting fully, but have maybe 70% of your weight on this side. And then do the same thing. In Tai Chi, this would be like one of the key things. You keep shifting your weight from one leg to another, emptying and filling the legs. And then come, just stay at the center, bring your hands onto your thighs. And then we're gonna do a bit of a twist here. So imagine this shoulder comes to this knee. It's not gonna come, but just turn your shoulder towards the knee. And then to the other side. And your spine, again, as much as possible, it's like fully straight. You're just rotating, just gentle rotation of the spine. It's not like a big twist. But when we do this rotation, we're also targeting this area where the kidneys are. And kidneys like this kind of gentle rotations. Gentle, heavy, receptive, deep, kind of deep inner work. That's what we're after. Feel when you do this rotation, like somewhere on the like deep back line, let's say, is just moving, just gentle, very gentle, tiny, teeny move, almost like imperceptible. And then come to the center, just stay here for a moment, and then maybe sink low, and then slowly lift a little bit higher. Maybe just take a moment actually before we move to another one. Kidney and bladder require a lot of leg work. We did a lot of bone building stuff earlier. Now bring the hands at the center. You are in the middle. Again, choose your stance. It could be just something like that. Or you can go much wider stance. And same thing with the legs. You are moving one side to the other. You can, for this one, turn your feet a little bit more, like almost 45-degree angled. For some people, they may be just straight as well. But find a way so that your knees are happy when you are doing this. Don't cause any pain with your knees if these are kind of too much for you. You can just do like that as well. And then move a little bit side to side. And one thing that we are adding, your hands can still stay just at the center, but otherwise you can have your hands moving towards the knee, bent knee side, as you are gazing to the opposite side. And then do a few more of those. Swimming dragon, this is called. And center. You're pushing the hands a little bit away from you as you're exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. And then one more each side. And then come back to center. Bring your feet closer if they were kind of wider. Release the hands. We're gonna do like a circle with both hands moving. You can imagine there's almost like a ball between your hands. And we're gonna be circling. When we are circling, we're gonna be turning to the side And then imagine you are kind of taking this ball around and then coming to the other side and then to the front, a bit of rounding of the spine. And then another one. This is also another one good for this door of life, opening the kidney area. You will feel even more like with the next one. Between your hands, first rotating in the same direction. Some of you may like to go kind of deeper, hardcore work. It could be like all the way. Big, nice, like turning the wheel. Or maybe a lighter version. And don't judge yourself, please, if you end up doing this version. And then now move to the opposite direction. Again, very gentle, almost like subtle movements for this whole area, for the SI joints, kidneys, tailbone, which could be very sensitive, and many of us spend so much time just seated and don't move, unfortunately. So let's just do these kind of simple moves to activate this whole area, almost like the junction between the lower body and then the upper body. Let's do one last one like that. When the hands come up, just take them out towards the sky. And now bring your feet very close to each other as you slowly bring the hands through the center line and let them stay in your abdomen. Your feet are almost touching, they don't have to touch. Now we're gonna do something. Let's see, I'll start like that and you'll see what I mean. It's like movement but no movement kind of things. So here, this is like one of the, let's say, nice moves for kidney to release all energies and stagnation and fear almost physically, and you'll see kind of what I mean. So inhaling here. And then hold the breath in, turn yourself back, and you're almost like compressing this kidney area and trying to look at your heel, almost like seeing your heel here. And then as you exhale, come back to center. This sense of turning to the right with energy, oxygen, is almost like pushing the oxygen, let's say, to the kidneys. That's kind of the idea. Let's do one more time. Let's just do it like on the other side. And exhale. Hold the breath in first. See your heel. Feel this a little bit of like compression in your kidney. And then exhale. Inhaling. Holding the breath and finding the heel. And if your neck doesn't feel kind of completely comfortable and you don't see the heel, it's okay. But try to almost like squeeze this area a little bit so you're feeling something happening around the like kidneys at the mid lower back. Exhale. Exhale back. Let's do one more time, both sides, inhaling. Hold the breath in, gaze back, try to see the heel, compress the kidney. Exhale, release. Last time on this side, inhale. And exhale. Sorry, hold the breath in, I keep forgetting this. Squeeze, compress the kidney. And exhale. And before we do the next thing, just feel there could be some kind of increased tingling around the kidneys. Maybe there is nothing, but there could be. Just check this area, the mid-low back. And now release your hands, and this time bring your hands onto your kidneys. So your hands are kind of open in your right under, like the bottom of your ribs, placing your hands here. Your palms are almost like just on top of the kidneys. We're gonna do the sound for the kidneys. In Qigong, we have these sound, healing sounds, and kidneys sound is the weirdest one. But when you do this, you will feel almost like pa, pa, something like happening in your kidneys. That's the intention. And the sound is like chew. It's like chewing gum, but you are saying something like inhaling and then chew. And you're doing it like forcefully. When you do this chew, you will feel something happening right under your hands. Inhaling. Chew. You're feeling, right? Just this area is activated when you are saying this chew forcefully, like from the belly and then back. Let's do 3 more. Chew. Chew. Last one. Chew. And now just stay with it. Hold your hands there and breathe. Just almost like one more opportunity for you to connect with your precious body, the kidneys, and saying almost like, ah, I'm with you and I recognize maybe all the weight, all the burdens, or all the fears that you might be carrying. I'm just doing my best to release them. Let your breath almost like to reach back towards the kidneys. One last full big breath. And as you exhale, release your hands. And find again a stance where you will have your feet parallel to each other, about shoulder width apart. Knees are soft. And have your tailbone a little bit like, see, this is almost normal. Just tucked under, so pubic bone is just gently lifting. Shoulders are down. Bring your hands in front of the abdomen. Breathe. And we're going to do a flow to incorporate this energy, which we focused on the kidneys a lot, like to circulate it in entire body almost. So have your hands lift up through the chest. When they come to this kidney points again, start to push them out and then make a circle. And then spiral your hands down now as you bend the knees slightly, gather from the earth. Lift and rise everything all the way up to the sky, and then wash it over through the upper center, middle center, and then the lower energy centers. And then let your hands open out to the side a little bit. And then we're going to repeat the same thing. Hands come up and then push away from you. Let them expand. Your knees can be gently kind of bending as we keep moving. Spiral the hands almost like from your back and bend the knees, gather from the earth. Imagine you are touching to the earth, gathering all these good, nice, supportive energies, lifting them up all the way to the top of the head, and then let them wash over through these 3 centers, as we like to think of in Qigong, upper, middle, and lower bodies. Release the hands, and then a couple of more like that. Push through the front, big, nice circle. Spiral the hands in, taking them up all the way and letting it wash over. Almost like both to tonify, as we call it, like strengthen our earth energies, this kind of yin energies for the kidneys. And also move it through the center line, so like our mental capacity is getting stronger, our heart capacity to hold things when they are kind of not in the best shape. And then this is kind of our inner vitality, harmonizing everything. Slowly, with full awareness. Opening, lifting the hands, inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling and spiraling all the way, touching the earth. Lifting it up, all the way up. And then releasing slowly, slowly, with full awareness, maybe with the sensations in your hands, bringing it all the way down. Let's do 2 more. And do the last one very slowly. Lift the hands up and feel this sense of almost like intentional clearing of your head space. Too much thinking, worry, fear. Moving down, clearing, cleaning up. And then the heart space. Again, tons of worries maybe, resentments, grudges, and tons of fear maybe. Just let them go down. To be circled, recycled rather, down to the earth. And then bring all the things down towards your abdomen, towards the belly. And clear again any physical body related issues, vitality, and then release it down, all the way down to the earth for it to be composted. And then slowly release your hands just on either side of your body. Again, find these soft knees. Palms are facing down. And just taking a few moments for just breathing. Feel anything that kind of doesn't serve you to move down from your palms or from your fingertips down to the earth. Everything in this world is energy, so we're just helping it to circulate, recycled, and composted. Mother Earth will take everything, and it's going to be changing. We know that that kind of change is the main thing that's always there. And slowly, as we finish the practice, almost with a sense of kind of thanking to the earth, feeling this connection. And one more time, this almost like spiraling movement. And then bringing your feet closer to each other and let your hands to meet as you cross the web of index and the thumb in front of the abdomen. Just breathe and allow yourself to just like swing like a bamboo in the wind. With your next exhalation, we're going to release and sigh it out. Open your hands. And allow yourself now to slowly transition into a guided meditation. I'm going to be coming to the front to sit. And find a place to sit comfortably. Doesn't have to be like in a specific way. You can even just lie down if that feels kind of comfortable. But allow your eyes to be closed if possible, if it feels comfortable. Or if you want to keep them open, that's fine. Maybe just have a soft gaze. Just turn the attention still inward. Feel, even though you're not moving at the moment, moment of the breath is still there, right? Feel the body gently moving up and down with the breath, just gently expanding and then contracting. Really take a moment almost like to honor your recognition of like the most important activity of our day. I know we have a lot going on in our heads, but this is the key thing that keeps us alive. So honor this just breath there. And take your attention to slowly, again, as you are almost like exploring this inner world, to the heart and chest area. Notice how things are feeling there. There could be a sense of heaviness or lightness or whatever is there. Just feel almost like physically the sense of vitality there. And feel your heart space with the breath moving in and out. And your connection. You are recognizing your breath. You are recognizing that, yes, you have a heart which can carry a lot of emotions, including fear. A lot of times unrecognized. Or when you kind of look this way, there could be a few like big fears that may come up. It could be fear of death or some phobias, or maybe fear of like something going wrong with yourself or with your children, with your loved ones. Just almost like gently touching without going into deep the story of like, oh, I'm so afraid. Don't go there, but just stay with this like, oh, there is fear in me. Maybe like deep underlying current. That was already there. We're just gently recognizing and bring a sense of awareness, just gently touching. Yeah, I am afraid of that actually. And if this feels too much, you can open your eyes and forget about this. But otherwise, if you're still with me, maybe placing one hand in your heart, just gently touching with a sense of like a beloved friend would touch to you and would say, oh my dear, I know, I understand. That sense of like acknowledgement. And slowly, I will invite you to join me with a few phrases. You can say something else if you like. May I learn to relax into this field of uncertainty. A place of not knowing how things will unfold in my life. May I acknowledge that things are uncertain, but things change. Even this uncertainty and not knowing. May I acknowledge that I have some fears inside because of all the uncertainty. But may I just acknowledge to myself that things change, even this fear or uncertainty. With almost like the deepest part of your being, sending this again as a well-wishing to yourself. May I feel safe in this human vulnerability. We all have this. May I feel safe in this human vulnerability. As you just mentally noting these presence of vulnerability and your acceptance of this, just sense how it really feels in your heart. This like very close interaction, let's say, with the deepest parts of yourself. How does that feel? This warm-heartedness in a way. And may I trust to the sincerity of my own compassionate heart. Feel how sincere, how deep, how true maybe this wishing safety and wellness for yourself. May I feel safe in this human vulnerability. And may I trust the sincerity of my own compassionate heart. Relax your shoulder and allow yourself to savor this sincere wish. Allow almost like an alchemy to soften your fears, maybe anxiety, as you are really attending, as you are doing this inner work. May I trust the sincerity of my own heart as I'm wishing safety and a sense of cultivating just gentle touch and acceptance of this big vulnerability which we all have. And may I trust this center, this calm, warm-hearted center inside. It's already there. All the time, actually. It just requires taking a few moments to connect. Feeling or imagining, almost like savoring this warm-hearted sensations and feelings and well wishes towards yourself. May I learn to relax into this field of uncertainty, a place of not knowing what will unfold in life. May I acknowledge that all things change, even this uncertainty. May I feel safe in this human vulnerability. May I trust the sincerity of my own compassionate heart. May I trust the calm center that's already inside. Slowly open your eyes if they were closed. Release your hand if it was in your heart. Deepen your breath, but take both hands one more time to your kidneys. Just bring them in your back here. Fingers or your palms are touching to the kidneys. Just hold them there one more time, almost like connecting with the kidneys, helping them to dissolve, release any kind of unnecessary fears. Not everything is under our control, unfortunately. Just reminding certain things to yourself you already know. And then now take your hands downwards. Just let them go. Just releasing, almost like tracing from your kidneys down to the earth one more time. We say issues in the tissues. So if there was anything stored in your kidneys, let them go down to the Mother Earth. Exhaling out. And then just shake your hands or arms loose. And release. And open your eyes if they closed back again. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope you are feeling more courageous towards unknowns in each and every one of our lives.